Hey, what's up, Fight Family? Hope everybody's having a great Sunday. Happy Sunday to all of you. Contemplate boxing. I want to contemplate a little bit on yesterday's main event between Andy the Destroyer Ruiz and Anthony AJ Joshua. Yesterday, we saw Anthony Joshua become the two-time unified heavyweight champion of the world. Huge congrats to Anthony Joshua, well deserved, bringing a lot more respect to UK boxing. I think that yesterday there were a lot of questions that were answered. Now, on one side, on the side of Andy Ruiz Jr., uh, there was a lot of speculation in the lead up to this particular rematch. In the beginning, at the outset, a lot of people were really questioning, is Andy Ruiz training like he should? You know, we saw pictures and photos of Andy Ruiz at these celebration parties and, buying these vehicles. And the question came up, oh, is he going to start training? Excuse me, why isn't he in training camp? Individuals started saying that, hey, he should have been in training camp on this particular month, but he came to training camp on this particular month, that he showed up late. And initially, we all wrote that off as, hey, those are just rumors. Those are just speculation. However, those questions were answered yesterday, last night in Saudi Arabia, yesterday afternoon here stateside. In the aftermath and the immediate interviews that we saw afterwards, what we saw was Andy Ruiz himself. He admitted that he wasn't training like he should have. He wasn't listening to his trainer, Manny Robles, and that he wasn't listening to his dad. As a matter of fact, he even stated that he was running by himself. He wasn't running with other fighters or other people. He wasn't in there training in the gym like he should have. He was training himself, at different points. That answered a lot of questions. The other question that was asked before the fight was, could Andy Ruiz continue to act like a champion? Could he continue to be a champion and train the way that he should have? Could he have the championship mindset? One of the things that was said about Anthony Joshua when Anthony Joshua lost the titles to Andy Ruiz, they said, hey, it's hard to keep waking up in the morning when you're sleeping in silk sheets. Now, Anthony Joshua, he had those silk sheets for a little while. In other words, he had this glory and this fame for quite some time. Andy Ruiz, he was brand new to this glory and this fame. However, so he was brand new to these silk sheets. So the question was, for some fans and for some critics and analysts and other fighters, was, were those silk sheets going to affect Andy Ruiz at the offset like it eventually seemed to affect Anthony Joshua? And the answer that we got was yes. It's hard to keep getting out of bed when you're sleeping in silk sheets. That ended up being true for Andy Ruiz on his first defense of these unified titles. I don't say that to knock Andy Ruiz. I like Andy Ruiz Jr., very humble individual, but that seems to have been what occurred, unfortunately. On Anthony Joshua's side, question that was answered, could Anthony Joshua, could he take this humiliating loss? Could he go back home, work on his craft, change the things that he needed to change, and then come back in the rematch and retake those titles? Anthony Joshua did actually show the traits of a true champion. He went back, did those things, worked on his craft, even slimmed down, stopped hitting the weights, listened to the criticism, even looked at his own criticism of himself, and then actually grew stronger from that, or at least seemed to grow stronger from that. Came in, fought a different fight, fought the fight that he needed to fight in the first fight, and then walked away with those titles. That question was answered. So here's the question that is posed now. Can Anthony Joshua do it again? Both men seem very eager, very willing for a trilogy fight. I believe even Eddie Hearn, prior to their second fight, even spoke about a trilogy fight. So can Anthony Joshua do it again? That's the question on Anthony Joshua's side. Now, for Andy Ruiz Jr., the question is, was Andy Ruiz Jr., was the ability that he showed when he knocked out Anthony Joshua, was that just a flash in the pan? Will Andy Ruiz ever reach that height again? Or was that the highest that Andy Ruiz Jr. will ever reach? I don't think so. I like Andy Ruiz Jr., like I said. I would like to see him go on forward to do great things, but I am concerned. I do have some concern that after winning the championship in his first defense, he took it so easy. Some of the speculation, some of the assumption was that since Andrew Ruiz Jr., since now he had gotten so much of what he wanted, since after in the first fight he had told his family like, hey, mom, dad, you're not going to have to work anymore. You're not going to have to struggle anymore. That hunger, was going to remain with him, that he was going to do everything that he could do in order to make sure those titles came back with him, and then to make sure that he would go on and try to unify the entire division to become undisputed. We assumed that after the first fight, after reaching that height, that's what was going to happen, but that's not what happened. Andrew Ruiz Jr. seemed to take it a little bit easy after walking through Anthony Joshua the first time. So the question in regards to Andrew Ruiz Jr. is this: can he have the mindset and the discipline and the heart of a champion? And when we're talking about heart, we're not just talking about, taking punches and keep moving forward and, being willing to die in the ring. That's noble, that's respectable. As fight fans, we love that particular attitude. Of course, we don't want anybody to die in the ring, but we love that sort of mindset, willing to sacrifice it all in the ring. But are you willing to sacrifice it all outside the ring in the lead up to the next fight? For Andy Ruiz Jr., that is a question now that is posed to him. Can he sacrifice it all? Can he make those sacrifices in training camp leading up to the trilogy, if that happens, in order to come back a better fighter? Can he change up the things in his training so that he doesn't make the same mistakes in the trilogy fight as he did in the second fight? You ladies and gentlemen, please let me know what you think. Hope everybody's been enjoying the fights, in the past, recent past. Hope everybody enjoys the other upcoming fights. And let me know what your opinions are. Let me know what your thoughts are. If you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Anyhow, give me a thumbs up, give me a thumbs down. Please let me know your thoughts. Hey, peace. God bless.